Hello ladies and gents, welcome to a new video. In front of us is the Renault Captur facelift. We already had petrol on test, now we have full hybrid in iconic trim. Now let's turn on the headlights and turn them off. Now we're going to unlock the car so you can see the little light dance. Now we have a Rafale gray metallic color, beautiful black roof in this iconic trim. I honestly haven't checked the alley dimension, but ride is nice and comfy. I was a little bit busy this week. I had Symbioz the night before and KGM Tivoli, so you'll have to forgive me. I didn't look at the tire dimension, but I'm sure you're going to see it in the review. Taillights, we have those new taillights. In terms of being transparent, but at night we really don't notice. These are Lexus style. And let's open up the cargo. So Captur on the back looks the same, but the rear is redesigned. Now let's jump inside. We do have a panel roof in this one. Now we do also have a new infotainment powered by Google, and it's much faster. The navigation works nice and fast as well. Now in this trim we have this lever. We don't have that flat one, but also these do not illuminate, but it didn't illuminate in the petrol as well, so they do in the Symbioz. Okay, actually I turned on the car. Actually no, I didn't. Or did I? See, it's a hybrid. I don't know. I don't think so. Okay, I didn't. See, it's now on. Believe it or not. You can see, excuse me, hear the AC starting on. So that's how you know it's on. Let me just show you the radio a little bit. The speakers. Good sound system. Okay, you know I can't play it too long, so we're gonna mute that. Nice and fast infotainment. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. You know, fast. That's what we're waiting for. So all these years, finally we have it. This is the hybrid. Excuse me, the full hybrid. Now you can see here we have the energy flow. Might turn that on eventually in the video. We're going to drive in comfort. There's also sport. There is the personal. You can configure all of those, eco, but we're going to stay in comfort. And on the highway we're going to switch to sport. Since this is the new infotainment, just to show you here, we have Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, but you don't need those. You have Apple. I'm an Apple guy. You have a Google, or excuse me, the Play Store. That's what it's called. And here you have Waze. Look at this. Someone has downloaded Waze app, so you have embedded Waze. So how cool is that? You don't have to use your smartphone. You know, use your battery. And I'm gonna say here, continue. Okay. I thought it'd be a little faster, honestly, but welcome to Waze. Okay. We'll give it a minute. While it does its thing, just to show you here, we have different views. I think they're the same as on the petrol version. If you turn on the trip computer here, you can see like a second square, not a bubble. You can see this one, and I think it's all the same. So I'm gonna keep it on the classical. Okay, Waze. I was expecting to see maps here. I'm a little bit surprised, same as you. Okay, let me show you the fuel consumption. My lowest was 3.9. It's now started rising to 4. I've did 56 kilometers, driving between 60 and 80. I think it was like mostly 70, so my average was 60. Here you can see the energy flow. So that was like, well, radio and percentage of charge and horsepower. I was, doing my night consumption test. Tonight was a little bit more traffic because I started earlier, but I went to the movies and then just continued driving the consumption test. But same as the Symbiose, you can get easily 4 liters if you're a gentle driver and if you're driving an open road. I'm not sure what's happening with Waze, so I guess we'll stick to Google. Reverse camera, you can see here projections. When you come really close, it just slightly changes the angle. Now, let's start driving. So, less talking. Now, I said 145 horsepower. So, for those of you who may be new here and don't know, we have the full hybrid system. That system power is 145 horsepower. Now we have a 4-cylinder naturally aspirated petrol engine producing 94 horsepower, and we have a electric motor producing 49 horsepower. But you don't add both numbers. It's the system. Actually, I didn't do the math, but I think actually in this case might be the same. Some systems, they have when you add more, but the system is actually limited. We have auto hold. I have a bottle here, so auto hold. They're a very useful function. Energy flow here. You can see the petrol is now charging the battery, same as here, and it's a little bit loud. And now I just switched off and we're using the juice. If I gently accelerate, I can drive electric, but I decided to kick in the petrol now. The battery is usually half full, and that's why now it's kicking on the petrol. The petrol will charge it fast, but you can also charge it by recuperating. You can switch to B to put more juice in the battery. You're also braking when you're pressing the brakes, of course, with friction. Now, I gotta say, I've tested the full hybrid system on the Clio, on the Captur, and the Symbiose. I think we're gonna have it in maybe Rafale later as well next year. So, honestly, it's a good system. You can really get very efficient numbers, very close to WVLTP. So why not? Because I've driven the petrol, and for all of you who are afraid of the hybrid systems and anything that's related to electricity or batteries, I mean, there's no need to be afraid of it. And also for some of you who might be confused, hybrid cars don't need charging. You don't have to charge those cars. So the PR is telling me, like, people are confusing hybrids with electric vehicles, because there's also a word plug-in hybrid, but this is just a hybrid or full hybrid, which means you don't have to charge it. The plug-in hybrid, or PHEV, the name suggests plug-in. So that's the one where you have the cable, you have a larger battery, you can plug it in and charge it and drive it fully electric as well. This one has a smaller battery, and it's around 1.2-ish kilowatts. It's just enough for to reduce your consumption, to let you drive a little bit electric at lower speeds, even at higher speeds. But if you're gently accelerating, you will have electric driving, and then you're saving on fuel. But the great thing about this full hybrid is that it really accelerates nice and fast. This was Formula tech that they used in the past, and this area is a huge blind spot for the traffic light, by the way. Otherwise, view around the car is good, even in the back, but yeah, just this huge plastic around the lane assist camera and the rain sensor, it's completely unnecessary. Yeah, the hybrid, it just smoothly accelerates because you have the electric motor, and it helps, and also the starter, so it just helps you run smoother and faster. We also have like a 0-speed automatic. Basically it's like a multi-mode, has more different driving modes, but it's not a classical automatic in that sense. But the shifts are nice, so that's more or less good. You don't feel them too much. When you speed up on the highway, there is like, when you reach 120, there's almost like something I would describe as figure of speech turbo lag, because there's no turbo in this petrol, as I mentioned. It just like drops in speed and then continues on, like shifts or something that's due to the automatic. Now we have this speed change, little chim. You can press here twice to engage my personal, and then it just disengages the speed change and overspeed sounds. Now I left the energy flow on purpose so you can see how that looks. See now, and I let it go. Just driving EV, also it says on the bottom EV. So very comfortable ride. Now the brakes are not too aggressive, they're just about right. When you need to brake harder, you just press them in deeper, but they're not very sensitive at the very top. I've mentioned the suspension is nice and comfy. All French cars, including Renault, have very nice and comfortable suspension. I haven't checked the tire dimension on this one, but I would say just by looks, something close to maybe 18-inch. And judging by the feeling, because you can feel it's slightly, stiffer just by having a 19-inch alloys as well. I had that on the Symbiose. So that's that. See, now I'm gently just accelerating, and okay, I've noticed Symbiose was driving more electric. This one's, it just, switches off, but it depends on the battery. Again, as I mentioned, you don't have to worry about the battery. This system will keep the battery at least always at 50%. If it drops below that, it will just kick in the petrol. Now, one thing I really dislike about Renault cars is that when you stomp the brake a little bit harder, you always hear that So I think you just heard that when I've stomped on it a little bit harder here. Okay, so you can see here the percentage as well. And then when it's blue, it's driving EV, I believe. Yeah. Captur, I've set it all in the petrol version. I would suggest watch that one as well, so do a little comparison. But overall, the Captur it's just like a really great compact SUV. You're nice uplifted, you have a good surrounding, very comfortable. The seats are very nice and comfy. The seats on the Facelift are the new generation of Renault seats. They have like a dense foam and then a layer on the very top of like more softer foam. And I like these seats in the iconic trim. These are all cloth. Like on the side there's like that man-made leather, but the seats are very nice. I'm gonna check our fuel consumption. So it's around 4.1, still around 4 liters. We're gonna speed up a little bit on the highway, so we're gonna see if we're gonna get to 5. We did get in the Symbiose at 5 liters eventually, so we'll see. some of you will maybe say, why are you driving in B? It's only for downhill. Yeah, it is, but I like to recuperate. But sometimes I feel lazy to just keep switching between D and B. Like at the very end here, I just want to switch it to B to recuperate a little bit more juice into the battery, be more efficient. Because the more you drive on the battery or in the EV mode, the more fuel you save, but you also pollute less. I think people need to realize that in the long term, with this hybrid, you're also saving the environment. Your CO2 footprint is less, and I'm not saying you need to buy an electric car. Ooh, there's a new Captur there, taxi. I'm not saying you need to buy an electric vehicle, but you need to really start thinking about the environment when you're making a purchase decision of buying a new car, because there's more cars on the road, and we're starting to feel this in Zagreb. There's so many cars, there's so many rush hours, and air quality, especially like tonight here, it's bad. The smallest particles, there's a lot of them. The air is not healthy anymore because there's so many cars on the road. And we really need to think about what's affecting us. It's the exhaust fumes that are killing us. You don't even know that more children are having lung disease. More people will be having cancer. In China, why they're not buying any more petrol cars. They're only buying hybrids or electric vehicles, mostly electric vehicles, because they figured out, there's too many of them. There's millions of them in cities, and there's millions of cars, and they just decided, hey, we need to start thinking of the environment and the health and the environment, the air that we're breathing. So if you're not fully prepared to go fully electric, you don't want to think about charging, or you just don't have a garage, because believe me, I know I have a Tesla, and living without the garage sucks, because if I didn't have free charging at a public charging is quite expensive. But driving a hybrid saves you money on fuel, and you're also helping to lower the CO2 emission. I'm saying this, I know it's not a popular topic, but I think I've summoned the car already, driven the Symbiose, and I did drive the Captur Facelift. I really like the car. This one feels slightly heavier than the classical petrol, by the way, but it does have the extra weight of the battery and additional electric motor on the front. But it's a great car. Huge improvement is the new infotainment, digital cockpit. Also, the animations are moving faster, so it just looks way better. I'm gonna speed up a little bit here, and then we're gonna switch to sport mode as well, just to show you that, because I'm just used to driving nice and efficient and slow. I mean, not slow, but efficient. Someone's gonna argue I don't even enjoy these cars because I don't drive them fast. I'm trying to be responsible, but especially in the city, you can't drive fast. Okay, I'm flooring it all the way. Also focus on the headlights performance. So in comfort mode, it's fast enough, going even uphill. You can see the long beam came on. Now we're going to slow down a bit to 100. So fairly good soundproof. It's a boxy shape SUV, so stalled. So there's always a little bit wind noise, but we do have a panoramic roof. Let me just close the shade here. Not much difference. In the Symbiose, we have a bigger panel roof, so there's a lot of, I mean, not a lot, but there was certain wind noise coming inside, so that's that. Let's switch it to sport mode. Switch to sport mode. I'm gonna floor it all the way. There's like that gap at 120. Definitely a lot louder. Back to comfort. Now let me engage the cruise and switch to different views here. And we can see the navigation in both screens. Now here you can see the lane assist. Now we are in the center. Now I'm gonna just slightly go to the side here. It corrected me and it's keeping me in the center, which is weird. In Symbioz it was like doing a ping pong thing. But this one's good. Let me just try the other side. Huh. This one's working great. It just keeps you in the center. I'm liking that. So we speed it up a little bit. We've jumped to 4.4, but there's no rush here, so I think we're gonna we won't go above 5, guaranteed. Let me see the other view. I think it was like a minimum. Wait, maybe this one's like minimum if I change to this. Yeah, then it's in the center. So we are recuperating, putting juice back into the battery. Now you also have here adaptive cruise control. Without the lane assist, you have the speed limiter and you can switch it all off. So the hybrid just drives very nice when you want to speed up. In this video, I won't go to headlights test. You can go check the petrol version. I won't do 0 to 100. It's not fast. It's like 10 seconds, so we're just gonna skip that. Now, this car is intended to be driven D, and then you coast a lot, so you can also save that way fuel as well. When you let go, you anticipate it's a red light, you can just let go and slow down. If your battery is like more than half, so you don't have to use the B mode or the brake mode. Because in the B mode, there's always like this resistance trying to charge the battery when you let go. In the D mode, there's no resistance, so the car just keeps moving forward, and even when you speed up, it just slightly moves with less effort. This is just my habit because I have a EV and I just like that one pedal driving, and when you're in a B mode, this is like the closest thing you can get to one pedal driving. So I've said this like a million times in my videos, but we have a tolerance, so if it's 60, I can drive 70. So that's that. So also by using the B mode, you are prolonging your brake life, also saving money in that area. Okay, since this is an hybrid and almost EV, it has a pedestrian warning system, so you can hear the symphony when you're driving EV. Okay, great car overall. Oh, there's a lot of cars for tonight, and it's almost midnight. Expecting I would park in my spot, but I mean, it's just a spot when I finish up. But yeah, there's a lot of people in the movies tonight. I went in earlier. Okay, let me see where I'm gonna park. I think I might park right here on my right side. Okay, let's do it here. I'm gonna go anyway since as soon as I end the video. You can see the camera here in the garage. You can see our fuel consumption, 4.4, so very efficient, the full hybrid system. Switch it off. After that, we have a good score here for, it could be actually better for the eco, but for safety, it's good. If you want to see more videos like this, do subscribe if you're new to the channel. Click the bell to get notified as well, and welcome. I'm going to wrap it up here just to show you the little tour of the color in this garage. And did I switch off the car? I think so. Yeah, I did. You can see the back end here. So it fades out. This is lights on, and that's that. I'm gonna wrap it here. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more, again, you know what to do, and hope to see you in the next one. Bye.